Excuse me, are you allowed to be on the counter? I'm Kayla Amanda, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing something different than usual today. If you saw my last video, you know that I'm in kind of a weird place with my writing, and the video I was recording for this week got kind of fucky in the edit. So I just don't have the bandwidth to deal with it and try to figure out my edit right now. So I'm gonna do this. If you saw the vlog in which I reread the first vampire novel I ever read, you will have seen me make my coffee, and in doing so you will have seen me put a spiced syrup into it. It's something I try to make sure I have on hand every week. It's a small way to make myself feel special and to add something kind of magic to my morning routine. I know it's a little bit cheesy, but in a kitchen witch sort of way, the act of infusing syrup for my coffee helps to remind myself that I should be kind to myself. Our spices are cinnamon sticks, a little star anise, some vanilla, some whole nutmeg pods, and some green cardamom. Then you're going to want to combine roughly equal parts sugar and water. If you're like me and you're out of granulated sugar, you can totally use powdered, but it will make your mixture cloudy, and you'll need to add a little bit more than the water. And then you'll need to get your cat off the counter because he's so fucking naughty. I like to go in with 2 cinnamon sticks. You can definitely increase the amount of cinnamon, but it's not my favorite flavor, so I stick with 2, and then I offset it with a nice sploosh of vanilla, which is a very specific and scientific amount. Star anise can be kind of controversial as a flavor. It does have a lot of licorice to it, which not everyone likes. I personally love it, so I always like to add it, but it won't negatively impact your spice mix if you don't want to use it. If you are going to use it though, why not pick the pretty ones, right? Then bust out your mortar and pestle, and you want to split open those green cardamom pods. You don't need to grind them or anything. It definitely doesn't have to be like a laborious experience, but you do want to just split them open so that the seeds get into your sugar mixture and they can infuse really nicely. Also, using a mortar and pestle just helps get out some of that aggression and make your apartment smell so good, so fast. You will notice that I put too much nutmeg in this. Like, it should probably be illegal how much nutmeg I put in this, but I love that like warm, rich flavor that nutmeg brings to a hot beverage. So I just go real hard with the nutmeg. The key, of course, is to not microplane your finger or your acrylic nails, because that is both gross and probably a biohazard. All of the spices you've seen me use, I got from The Spice House. They're an online retailer that has a lot of great spices and herbs, some of them kind of difficult to get your hands on. They have like asafoetida and grains of paradise and long pepper, which all really, really fulfill my desire to explore medieval cookery. And they ship all their flat packs for free, which is great. It makes it like pretty affordable. So I'm not Spawn, but I do love them. You're just going to want to grind your nutmeg until it literally flies out of your hand and escapes behind your stove. And that's when you know that the universe is telling you, you've had too much nutmeg. It's the only way to control myself, as you can see. It's kind of a problem. There we go. I put mine on simmer and let it just go for about an hour. But you can definitely do this at like a medium low. You don't want the sugar to caramelize or burn, so you do want to keep it on the lower end. But if you're looking to do this a little bit faster, you could definitely put it on like a medium low and do this in probably 15 to 20 minutes. But I put it down way, way low at a simmer and then let it just hang out for like an hour sometimes. And my whole apartment starts to smell like a cookie, and it's so nice. It's just such a delight. So you definitely have it turn weird, but it's important you have a supervisor, someone to watch over it for you and make sure that nothing gets out of hand. And I gotta tell you, Minnie Moo is a great supervisor. So you do want it to go this kind of rich, dark color. It's not because the sugar has caramelized at all. It is just the spices infusing into it. And that's kind of how you can tell that they've done their magic. Do definitely scrape the bottom, make sure there's no weird burny bits. But I, at this point, basically will just take it off the heat and let it cool down a little bit. It can be surprisingly hot, even if you only have it at a simmer. Sugar definitely heats up really nicely. So you would never want to burn yourself on it, because that would sort of defeat the like nice calming experience of the whole thing, right? So you just take it off the heat. I usually just let it come down on the burner and then I pour it into this one mason jar. It fits my strainer really nicely, and it's just sort of the mason jar my syrup belongs in. I don't know why. It doesn't even really fit my recipe very well, but that's what I do. So yeah, thanks for taking this little journey with me. I know that it's a bit weird, and I will try to get back to writing stuff soon, but I was feeling some type of way, so I appreciate it. If you were looking for me anywhere else, I am Kayla Amanda pretty much everywhere. That is KaylughManda, and I would genuinely love to know if you replicated this, if you tried it, and if you liked it, or if you have any other spices you think I should try in this mix instead of these ones. Let me know. Also, how do you feel about the swearing? I think it's gonna stay. I think I just like swearing too much, and I don't want to edit myself every time. We're a channel that says fuck now,